puppy, I'm inappropriate. I like hearing stories, I like the whole script. You're such a freaky girl, I love it.
Okay, hey you guys. I know that some of you have watched the how to sell your socks and stuff like that video, and some of you haven't, and that's just how it goes, and that's how it's always gonna go. But I have made a couple of new ebanned videos on TikTok since then, and I've been getting a lot of questions. So if you haven't watched that video, I will link it in the description, and I'll try to put it somewhere in a box on the screen if I can do that. If I can't, it'll be in the description. So go watch that one first because it tells you just the basic information. And now I'm going to go in deeper about ebanned.net and show you how to post on, because I know it's confusing. It was confusing for me. Okay, so before we get started, my name is Nikki motherfucking New Hope. It's just Nikki New Hope, aka Daddy Issues, and this is Whole Life. So if you can do me a favor, if you would be so kind to go over there and hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and while you're at it, the notification bell, probably the like button, and comment down below what's the weird, I hate using the word weird, what is one of the most unusual or individual or specific things that you've sold on the internet, because I would love to know. It's interesting to me. Mine happens to be cigarette butts with a lipstick print on them, but you might already know that. For $60 in an online auction on ebanned. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna show you a screen recording. It's gonna pop up right now, like the split screen, and so you can see what I'm doing on the site. But after the first page, the initial home page that says ebanned on it, like you see now, I have to disable images. So it's not gonna be that interesting to look at, and you're gonna have to, really pay attention to see where I'm at, because there's not going to be many visual clues. There's still going to be like the text and stuff. Then that's just because it's an adult site. There is NSFW content on here just willy-nilly, and I don't know how to edit those out just yet. So anyways, yeah, so that's the deal, why it looks a little bit different than your screen will. We're gonna navigate to ebanned.net, ebanned.net, and I'm gonna disable the images like I said real quick. All right, and once you get there, you're gonna scroll down, and it has the little, you have to be an adult to view this site, or else you have to go the hell away and all that jazz. And so you click enter if you are a member. If not, then you should click join here, and you should follow those directions. Question number one I get a lot is, the first question I get most often is, okay, I'm trying to join, and First of all, they say that the site's not secure. I don't know where they're getting this information, why they're saying that, whether they're just looking at it and it looks like 1992, because it does look like 1992. I mean, but I feel like that keeps enough of the, naysayers or the people that aren't serious about it out, or like the trolls, or like the people that would make YouTube videos about like, look at this weird shit. I feel like it just like, you know what I mean? I'm fine with how it looks. But for some reason, people are like, oh, it's not secure. I don't see any reason for anybody saying that, but I am also not a tech expert, but I'm pretty sure they have no reason. Anyhow, moving on. The next thing they say when they join is that, is that they want the credit card information, and they don't know if that's okay, or why do they want it, what are they going to charge. They only want your credit card information because they're trying to make sure that you're 18, like you say you are. It's a way to satisfy the 2257 law that has to make sure that they have on record that you are of age in order to be on this site. If they ever, get into where legal people are asking that question to them, they can show them. And the other reason is because this is an auction site, and like other auction sites, it does cost to list your auction. Only minimal, as we'll see here in a few minutes when I go through the posting with you, like 35 cents or something, as long as you don't select some unnecessary features. So it's a very small price to pay, especially for what you can earn off of this site. They're not charging you a membership fee. It's not like Panty Deal. When we get to ebanned.net, I need to log in. And another thing is that some people are saying, oh, it's I submitted my application to join and I haven't heard back from them for a couple days. I imagine give them a week. I mean, it's a slower site, it's an older site. They do get back to you because they get back to me whenever I accidentally lock myself out of my account, or whenever I have to have my account reinstated because I haven't been active in a certain amount of time, whatever, you know, just deadhead shit. They do respond, but it does take them a couple days. Okay, so once you've signed into your account, your dashboard is going to look like this. And then you're gonna, we'll go to the front page first, and I think that's right here, and we'll just take a look at it. Okay, so you're gonna get to the front page, and it's gonna have like the featured sellers right here. They pay to be here. I don't feel like that's necessary. I feel like if people are looking for like things on this site, then they're looking for specific fetishes. It's not gonna matter who's like featured first, in my opinion. I could be wrong. You know, always I could be wrong, so I'm just going to stop saying that. But in my opinion, it doesn't matter if you're right here, because people are looking usually on the site for specific things, so they're going to go to the specific categories, most likely. Maybe they'll look at the featured auctions just to see if something is in there fancy or whatever, but as well as these featured auctions, these people paid to be here. I don't find it necessary. Especially if you're brand new. Don't just try this shit out just for shits, okay? Because you're gonna be disappointed. And like I said in the last video, you're gonna have to get a few, you know, measly items under your belt to be able to have some reviews, because reviews are important on the site. Sorry, I keep bouncing my knees, so I look like I'm like jittery or something. But anyhow, okay, focus. You're gonna have to let a couple pairs of socks go for like 15 bucks, 20 bucks, which isn't gonna be a huge profit for you, but that's what it takes in order to get the reviews you need to start making the big bucks. And you only need about 2 or 3 reviews in order to start making those big bucks. Okay, so just remember that and be reasonable at first. The site doesn't handle payments. It can be a sketchy situation for people to see you start brand new. They see your like start date, they see that you have no reviews. It could be, you know what I'm saying? And anyhow, okay, so then on the side here, we see all of the categories. Obviously, we see the most dominated categories. I like this top seller spotlight. I like to open up those to get an idea. Anytime I come here, I like to get an idea of what's selling and who's selling the most and see what they're doing. It's always a good habit to have if you are trying to make money on any of these sites. So another great tab is the endings, the hottest items. So we're gonna go over to the hottest items, because all of these items will sell because they all have a bid on them. So it's a nice way to be able to see what is selling for what. And so like your fees are due, bitch, my feet worm, at my feet worm. Oh, okay, so it's like a financial domination thing. They, like I said, they have fees like 35 cents per auction, depending on how many auctions she listed or whatever. She's basically saying, pay my fees. So 5 people have bid on this. It has a day and 2 hours left, and it's already at $15. Pay for my dinner with a real man and get our leftovers. It's got a 1 day and 16 hours left. 5 bids, it's at $41. These are all going to sell. It's just a matter of how many more times it's going to get bid on. Some of these I can't read out loud, but you can if you go to the site. So a bodycon dress, a day and 19 hours left, 5 bids, $45. Let's see, what's another high one? Hot girl sock debate, whose are smellier, you decide. So I'm assuming that you'll get sent 2 different pairs of socks, essentially from 2 different girls. That's what it's supposed to be. 4 days and 3 hours left, and 16 bids already, $65. The next one, my used black wool for thigh highs paired with my bubble butt. So I'm assuming that it's going to be socks and a picture or video of her. But 3 days and 1 hour left, 8 bids, $100. So you get the gist. This is where to go to look at what's selling and what's not, okay? So if we open up one of these, let's go to the highest one. And then I'll show you how to post an ad. Okay. We get like a lot more information. This girl or boy or whoever, this user has 21 reviews, so that's why she's getting such high bids. Okay, this is a private auction, and you can choose whether or not you want to do that. So then the identities are going to be withheld. If you don't choose private auction, then you will be able to go to bid history and see exactly who bid on it. This is the way people set up their auction ads, and you either have to set this up on a template maker. That would be one way to do it. They have like eBay auction template maker or whatever have you. You just Google it and it will do the HTML for you. Or you can do what I did, and you can just like look up HTML list table or whatever, like list, HTML list. Anyways, or if you're already familiar with it, I ended up being familiar with it after a few years, plus MySpace. That's the way we used to edit our layouts, so I remembered some from there. But I don't know as fancy as like this whole little table she's got going on with the title and stuff like that. I mostly just know how to do input images and stuff, but it's easy to figure out and copy and paste. Okay, so the things you need to have included in each one of your auctions is a short description, at least 3 pictures. Okay, you need to have how you are going to ship, how fast you're going to ship, the cost of shipping and handling, if you're going to charge extra from shipping and handling, and then how you expect to be paid, the different payment options. And you need to include, like, this has to be paid, you know, if you win the auction, you have to pay within 3 days, or you have to pay, you know, whatever have you, but you definitely have to pay before I ship the item. So on her, she has a nice little description, and with, you see these little where it says source imgur, source imgur, source imgur. This is because those are where the images were, but I had to take them off, like I said earlier, and she's using imgur to host her images instead of, I don't recommend paying for the Fotito or whatever that they recommend. They must be partnered with them or own that site or something like that. It's like $8 a month, and I never end up using it enough to justify it. You can easily use Google Photos, which is free if you have a Gmail address, and it doesn't share them with anybody that you don't want. You know what I'm saying? You're fine using Google Photos, okay? And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But she's got this nice little description. Time to become obsessed with another one of my worn items. I've only worn these sexy black thigh-high stockings once, and they caught a snag, most likely while my lover was giving me multiple orgasms. I was going to toss them in the trash, but I figured there are just too many men to tease. Why waste such a great opportunity? I plan on wearing them a little longer and getting them nice and sweaty. My lover is also more than happy to add his mark. You can decipher that for yourself. And then she goes on to say her payment information and her shipping cost. I only accept Amazon or Venmo. Shipping in the USA, $5. International, $5. I think that says $5. Maybe it says $15. Note, my feet sweat do not produce a strong smell. So it's very important to be descriptive and to describe your item accurately. So then there is no. It's better to under promise and over deliver. But with fetish items and specific kinks, they're looking for specific things, and it would, if you are planning on making this part of your income, because it can become a chunk of your income, you probably should familiarize yourself a little bit with the specific kinks that you are planning to offer or that you're comfortable with offering. And it's very easy. It's a Google search away, and you can just open up 3 or 4 tabs and just read. Wikipedia, like I forget what the actual word for like foot fetish is, like the long one, but I mean, it's not hard. And then you can find out the reasons why people like giantress, the reasons why people like balloons. You have to know the reason why and the reason behind it in order to accurately satisfy and fulfill that need for somebody else. It's not just as easy all the time as just being like, oh, see that she put that on purpose. My feet and sweat do not produce a strong smell, because she doesn't want anybody to be expecting these stinky socks, because she said she wore them for a couple days and then be disappointed. So that's a very good thing to do. It's a good thing to say how long you wore something, if it's a clothing item or whatever. I wore them for 3 days. You can usually charge more for the more days of wear. And like I said in the last video, please do not try to get away with not wearing them and just shipping them, because you're just going to waste everybody's time. You're never going to get another sale. They will review you terribly, and it's just a waste of time and money and effort. Okay, so just don't. It's just in bad taste. It just fucks it up for everybody else, and it's not going to get you anywhere but like $5. Okay, so just don't do it. And also, I wouldn't suggest, like, that one girl on TikTok made a video, oh, you can buy a pack of panties on Amazon, and you could just, like, you know, just, okay, yeah, you can, but please don't list all 5 of them pairs of panties on your ebanned at one time, because it's going to be really fucking obvious, because what they're going to do first is they're going to go to your ad, they're going to read it, they're going to be like, maybe I'm interested in that. Then, they're going to go to your profile and see what else you have listed, and if you have 5 pairs of fucking panties that are all the same, just in different colors, they're going to be like, yeah, right, bitch. And you're not going to get a sale. Okay, so just let's use our noggins. So, and another good thing to write on these ads is how you're planning on packaging them. Some girls go as far as to vacuum seal them for ultimate freshness, or the opposite of. Some girls just put them in Ziploc bags, but both of those options are better than just throwing them in a mailer or an envelope. Okay, it is very nice to write a handwritten note and, like, you know, put a spray of perfume or a kiss or a print or whatever. It's very nice to, you know, follow up with an email with them and, you know, let them, oh, okay, I'm sending them, or just, like, you know, keep in contact and be very, whatever your persona is. If it's sweet, then be sweet. And if it's a bitch, then be a fucking cunt. But you have to establish that for yourself first. So anyways, moving on. And this item was viewed 482 times, okay? Let's go to look at her other items. So that's the only item she has listed right now, so that looks good. Let's go to her me page. That's another thing that you need to be aware of, is that she doesn't look like she has a me page. You don't always need one, but there's something called a me page, and it's usually right here next to the username. And when you click on that, it will take you to just like a little about me, where you should just put, you know, 2 or 3 pictures, nothing too revealing, maybe more pictures, just depends on how creative you want to be. Use one of those auction template things so that it can be all jazzy and the HTML is done for you, and you just copy paste it over from there. And you should include things like, you know, just a regular, like, profile, like back in the day, like eyes, hair, you know, height, ethnicity, favorite things to do, dislikes, turn-ons, turn-offs. Here's where you can email me, your website. I think you can include that, but I'm not for sure. I'll have to re-look at the TOS. Anyhow, so auction manager we're gonna look at now. And oh, it's up here, one of these. Okay, sell. So you have to have already taken your pictures or whatever of the item and have uploaded them to Google Photos, okay? So let me go to my Google Photos. So I'll have that open so I can show you how to, or I can, yeah. Anyway, so you click sell right here. Ready to sell an item? Okay, sell. So then you're at, this is the listing template. Every single time it always looks the same. And you can click on any of these. I suggest that you do. The fees overview, the seller tips, the seller fraud policy, and the prohibited items. And by the way, it is illegal for you to list an item. That just depends on whether they want to pursue you or not, but it is illegal to list an item and not send it to them, okay? That's fraud. So first you're going to reach select your category here. So you go through and you select the category most similar, most, you know what I'm saying, that fits your item. And then your title and description, 60 characters on the title, no HTML, obviously. And I would use kind of like, you know, it's like a clickbaity thing, so you want it to be like emotion invoking, and like use, like, you know, the 5 senses, and use keywords that you will find littered all over the site. And see, this thing, use our free auction ad writer. Let's open that up, okay, because it makes it a lot easier. So there's where you, so this secondary auction template, I never use this one because I love to make my life harder, but I didn't realize how fucking easy this is. I don't know what y'all are complaining about or like confused about. With this bad boy, it's super easy. You write the title, you put your, you use your, these are mine, for example, that I've used before. Ankle socks, 2 days, gym wear, girl next door, blonde, sweaty, stinky, moist. Pretty panties, the sweet taste and scent of my pink peach. My favorite adorable avocado socks. That one didn't sell, but this one sold and this one sold, okay? Do with that what you will. But anyways, your short description where you're going to be honest and you're going to use keywords and you're going to invoke the senses and use the, emotions and stay true to your brand and over deliver and undersell, you know what I'm saying? And okay, then you're gonna put your picture URL, and right here, this is what I did. Okay, you go to any picture. Remember, this is a picture, except for the fact that I had to disable images. So this is a picture. So you right click it, you go to copy image address, you go over here to the picture URL thing, you put paste. There you go, baby. You don't have to worry about no HTML. You write your email, obviously, so then people can get in contact with you and ask you questions or whatever have you. You'll have people communicate with you. It's a good thing. And then you type your detailed description. So the short description is, just a summary of the detailed one, obviously. The title, 60 characters. The short description should be no more than probably 200 characters and, 250. And then you've got all the leeway in the world with the detailed description. But, don't put any old man through the trouble of reading 9 paragraphs of your bullshit, because it's not necessary. Just get to the point and always include, like I said before, the shipping, the handling cost, and how long it's going to take you to send it out, and how you want to be paid, when you want to be paid, and how you're going to package them. And yeah, then you put your second picture URL. Then this makes it real easy for you. It makes it that cute border that we saw in the last one that was already going to sell for $100, and it will probably go for more as before the auction ends. You just go load color chart, and it'll give you a whole bunch of colors, and you pick one that you want your border to be, and you copy that fucking code and you paste it over here. Do the same thing with the background color, same thing with the navigation font, and then you choose your font size. And in the detailed description, if you wanted to use one of those auction template HTML things where you copy the HTML code, it gives you like the old MySpace layouts, and you want to paste it over here, that's fine. But what I'm saying to you is, don't do the whole angel fire, sparkly stars and shit that move around and supposedly twinkle, but really it just locks your computer. Don't do that to some old man's computer. It's just don't do it, okay? Make it simple, clean, visually appealing, just easy on the eyes, all right? Don't use all caps and be screaming at any of my old men either, okay? But that it makes it very hassle-free, okay? So I don't know what more you want from me. This is the one I usually use, but still, even here, it has, see some HTML. Anything that is like in link form, like the text, you can see because it's blue, right? Instead of black, okay? And I'm just going to treat you like you're super green and you know nothing about a computer. Those right here, this blue text, you can click those at any time and it'll probably tell you all the bullshit that I just told you. Only faster, because you won't have to ask me. You know what I'm saying? And here's a nice little preview button. It'll tell you what it looks like. Okay, so now let's keep going. Banner. You can add a banner to your description. Unnecessary. Don't do it. It costs an extra 75 cents. But okay, so yeah, that's what I was going to read for you. The reason why you would do that is if you're seeing, after you posted a couple items or whatever, you're seeing that your items have been getting enough traffic, 400 views or something per item at least. And they don't allow you to link to any off-site websites. So you can't put your website link. You can't put your OnlyFans link. You can't put any other link. So, you can send it to them through email and avoid this. But if you wanted to, you could add a banner that's a clickable image that they can click into your website or whatever for 75 cents. That would be the point of that. If you do decide to type in your website link anywhere on your auction and you did not use this banner option here for 75 cents, they're going to charge you $1.50 and they're going to erase your link. Okay, then you get to choose the duration of your item, and you can go up to 10 days. That's completely up to you. Starting bid or fixed price if Dutch. Dutch means there's multiple items of the same thing. Like you baked a whole bunch of cookies and you put them all in your mouth and now you're selling all these cookies, okay? But if it's just one singular item, you would just choose a starting bid. You can choose whatever you want to, but it must be $1 at least. You can choose the reserve price, which means, and this is, see, next to it, you've got to read, okay? We got to read, all right? The 50-cent fee applies for this, so it's not necessary to choose a reserve price, especially in the beginning, because it's going to sell for what it's going to sell for. And if you chose a reserve price, people are bidding on it, right? You chose $20 as a reserve price or whatever. The starting bid's $1. People are bidding, and it gets to 19, but you set your reserve price at 20. That's just not going to sell. You're going to have to relist it. So that's what reserve means, just like on eBay. Your buy it price, and that is if you, and I don't recommend doing this because I just don't. It's an instant purchasing system, and it's basically, then it becomes like a Poshmark deal, like just a marketplace, and it doesn't go through the auction system, and there would be no point for it to go through the auction, because if it had a buy it price, nobody's going to bid higher than that. So I don't do a buy it price. An optional buy it message to buyer, like whatever. And bid increment, how much obviously you want the bid to go up each bid. You know, if person A bids on it and it's at $5, and then you want it to go up $2, person B would have to bid $7 in order to place a bid. You understand? Adding photos to the listing, I already showed you how to do that. You would just copy paste into here, and you would just copy paste into here after you uploaded it to Google Photos. Okay, it has to be on a website in order to do this. Gallery option, it's a 75-cent fee, and you already know I don't suggest doing it. It's unnecessary. They already give you 3 spaces for photos. And also you can easily, I'll show you the HTML code. It looks like this, okay? Pay attention. In order to include an additional photo, watch what I'm typing. You would go like this. So just pause it or whatever, and then this is where you would type the image, address, like that. I'm only going to show you the one time. Stop, pause it, write it down, put it in your memory bank. I don't know. That's the HTML code for adding another image. So you don't need a gallery. You can just do this a fucking 150 times if you really wanted that many images on there. So I'm deleting it now. Hope you got it. Okay. So, and then they give you the option to automated relist, and the relists are free. Oh, I guess they only give you one now. Okay, and that's if it doesn't sell the first time, they will automatically relist it without you having to make a whole new auction ad for free. Dutch item, yes or no, 75-cent fee applies, and like I said before, that's if you have multiple items. So I guess in the idea that you have 10 cookies to sell, you put each one of them in your mouth, sure. I mean, I guess you would have to pay the 75 cents unless you want to unless you want to manually list different auctions at different times, but I'm not sure how those fare. Quantity available, that applies to the Dutch item. Payment info, just put see item description. Shipping cost, buyer pays, always, obviously. I don't know why you would offer free shipping in this stamps. It's not Poshmark or Mercari. Private auction, like I said before, the bidder identity will be hidden if you want it to be. And then listing enhancements for more bids. Just ignore this whole entire section. It's just fuck all. I wouldn't suggest doing any of this. None of it. Okay, so, but like if you do want to if you like wasting money, sure. The fee is right next to each of these little categories here. There's $20 fee for front page featured, like we saw on the home page, and yada yada. You can see attention grabber. These are just like little stickers that go next to the fucking title and shit, and like, it's just unnecessary. I wouldn't do it. And then you're gonna preview and confirm, and if you like the way it looks, you're gonna click post auction, and then you just wait for it to sell. And if all the information that was necessary that I told you needed to be on there was on there, and it sells, then you'll get a payment to wherever you specified you want your payment to go through or go to, and then you'll ship that bitch off and everybody's happy. So that was your more thorough ebanned walkthrough and post ebanned auction posting. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna minimally edit this video, so if there's like a whole lot of ums and uhs and like me stuttering, just eat it. I don't care. Just because I want to get it out there, and because I'm okay with myself. So anyways, until next time, bye bye.